Good afternoon. It's about 5 p.m. on this Sunday, 11th of June, and we did a little bit of work. Well, at the moment the main thing is to water things, and as we don't have the water connected yet, this is the hardest bit. We're kind of running out of the water that we save over the winter. It always happened like that in the last couple of years, so fingers crossed the connection is going to happen fairly soon. But this week I think we're going to do a tour. It's quite interesting how things moved on, as we have, Nigel and I both had birthday. In fact, Nigel's birthday is today. Happy birthday to Nigel. And we have been traveling. We've traveled to Morocco, to Marrakesh and Atlas Mountains. So except for keeping everything alive, there was very little activity otherwise. So let me just show you around. We will start at the polytunnel. There's lots of tomatoes here. They need to be now supported. I have, I believe, removed as much of the thing as I can, but I need to do it maybe tomorrow again. The side shoots, of course, and they need to be, now I've prepared this, but they need to be actually properly supported. So that's a tomorrow evening's job. Now we've been eating the lettuce, which we still have quite a lot, and we've been eating loads of spinach, which is really good. I think that was Medania and it's now starting to bolt. This one is the Sweet Horizon pea, and we have been eating it as mange tout already. But some of it obviously we want to leave for the pea because it was a very tasty one. And it's still flowering, and there is still a bit of lettuce underneath. I don't know if you can see that. Well, in the bed next door, well, it's in the next bed, we have some kales, different types of kales, and we have some second lot of sweet pea there, and there's a curly kale and a normal sort of kale. And I just removed some, as you can see, I just removed some Sima di Rapa, so I will put some extra I think Russian kale here. I've got some seedlings. And this is the beans that Nigel and I planted a couple of weeks ago, and these are Anorma and red flowered. There is some crackerjack marigolds in between, and nasturtiums at the end, and you can see that they are true beauts. They're really lovely colors. And here I've got some shallots. I'm not sure what the harvest is going to be like. They divided, but obviously it's been very dry. I watered them this morning. The soil looks absolutely parched. And this is the hardneck garlic, and in between few celeriac. Again, I'm not sure if they're gonna grow in this dry sort of situation. I'm going to be clearing this bed, but what we've got here is some cauliflowers, some rockets, self-sown, brown fennel, and quite lots of weeds. So this is where some of the, maybe 4 or 5 of the Romanesco broccoli will go. And these are the Crimson Crush. These are supported on those sort of strings. I can see they are quite heavy. They need to be wound up a little bit. I might do that right away. And there is some borage at the edge there, and there is some marigolds in between. In the last bed here we've got soft-neck garlic, the Provençal garlic, which I should be harvesting. So we'll see. Sometime this week we'll be definitely harvesting that one. And loads of dill. And somewhere in between we do have a little bit of carrots. So we see how that goes. What else? The next bag with tomatoes. These are the San Marzano. Look at that borage. It's bigger than the tomatoes. It was tiny when I planted it. And raspberries. Look at the raspberries. They're starting to color. We have actually, I'll show you later on, gooseberries and red currants are going strong. Now, last year I thought I got rid of all the oxeye daisies from here. How silly was I? And some other flowers, so there will be self-sown love in a mist. This allium, I don't even know where that came from. These alliums are over now. But because of lack of water, I think these verbascum is also you know, finishing. But I've seen some something which was feeding on them, and oh look, there is one here on this one. I really don't mind that. So, you know, it is what it is. We've got some lupine, which is partially over as well. Irises are over. There should be some cosmos in between. And let me just see if I can see any. Oh, self-sown poppy. Yes, there is some cosmos, but it desperately needs water and a few weeds. Now I will be removing those beautiful oxeye daisies because they are really quite, they're quite sort of, you know, hooligans in that flower bed. These are our red currants, and obviously, look, if I just move the telephone inside there, sorry, if I just move the camera inside there, you can see that every branch. It's going to be very difficult harvest of those, but we will try. These are not yet colouring. These are black currants. We've got loads and loads of gooseberries. Rosa di Munda is also flowering there absolutely beautifully this year. Now next year there will be some changes. I'm going to turn all this little corner into a strawberry bed. So that's going to be, I'm not even planting anything particularly. There's still loads of lettuce here which is going to bolt any minute now, and all of this is going to be raspberries. This is my last attempt at raspberries. Again, not raspberries, I mean strawberries. Raspberries, however, are doing well. I just pray for some water because they like a little bit of... We can't go in, look. We can't go in. They completely overgrown this entrance. Of course, we will go in and sort that out. So, these are my other hybrids, Loganberry and Tyberry. And I'm not quite sure which one is which. But obviously, they are, you know, starting to color as well. Well, this little area here, well, I'm not really doing very much because there is some volunteer potatoes here, and a couple of those cabbages which I let seed. They actually have cabbages on the side, so I might be harvesting that at some point. We've got some, well, there is a courgette here. I don't know, it's probably too dry. I need to start feeding it. And there is lots of sorrel and masses of those little strawberries I planted earlier on. There is some carrots and beets, and you see the beets are just, it's just too hot for them. I will be moving these pots. Can you see the cabbages down there? They're just forming. I'm hoping they might be harvestable at some point. I don't think we're going to have any pears this year. The pears have been attacked by the moth. The beautiful apricot tree died during the winter. However, my Bramley is just laden with fruit, so that's great. And this is some beans here on this side, but only one type of the beans. I think it's the Cosa Violetta, the other one. There's only a few left, and we will really need to put a few seeds in. We see what we get. The asparagus bed, which we gorged on for weeks on end, I let it now to fern, and you know, it's been very strong this year, and we let it get even stronger. So that is really success story, and I tell everyone that one of many things we've tried, I would say the asparagus was a great success. Lots and lots of weeding, some more kale here and various onions, but they are now overgrown with weeds, and I will need to sort it out next weekend, and we will plant some leeks in between. Very light planting my leeks. Now what we've got here, a bit of onion. I know you're not going to see that. There is the remaining artichoke, some cavalloniero, various peas that needs to be lifted. Again, we do that tomorrow. And these are Valen Bill's peas. One is, I can't remember, and one is something plus something. I'll put that on, but they are flowering beautifully, and this needs longer sticks. I know that, Valen Bill. More cavalloniero. This is the Welsh walking onion, but you know, the weeds, phenomenal. This is the second asparagus bed, almost as strong as the other one, but they are different varieties, so obviously bit of this and bit of that is doing fine. This flower bed, because it's too shady for flowers, next year I'm going to turn this into carrot bed. We're going to make it higher. Carrots don't need constant light as much as other things do, and this is going to be a carrot bed. Now some celery, some woodruff which has gone mad, and look, these are the first of the broad beans, which hopefully in a week will be harvestable, and still not very much, I would say. The black thing is just happening. I could just pinch it now. The tops, they're just arriving, not on every bit, so they need some, desperately needs. Oh, there's a thunder. There is hope after all. Who knows? So that's how the broad beans looks like, and both of them have already sort of forming, so that's grand. Now first sweet peas. The sweet peas is growing really strong, really strong here, so I'm delighted. We should have, but I love that dark color. Let's hope for some more. Now the thing I'm really excited about is my cucumbers, my field cucumbers. Just look at them. That's not the only one. We have one here. Can you see them? There's another one. They're forming everywhere. Okay, because of that massive cloud, I'm gonna try to look at the weeds. Wow. Oh, and look at the gooseberries. I mean, seriously, look at the gooseberries. Okay, I'm just gonna walk quickly to the greenhouse, and I think, okay, you can barely walk through here now. This is our potatoes, and I just started to harvest the first earlies, and they're gorgeous. So I haven't done any videos about that. Lots of people are doing that sort of thing, but just look at the color of the rainbows of the flowers. So these are the really dark, slightly lighter. We go to pinks, almost dual color pinks, and then right here my earlies are sunflowers, they're white. There's like a white to dark sort of move rainbow colors of the potatoes. I have to say the hive is doing really well. I'm inspecting hives tomorrow lunchtime. Okay, and what else do we have? We've got some sweet corn which desperately needs to come out, and some melons which also need to be potted, but because of the time constraint and the thunders we're having, I'll have to finish this now. So let's say goodbye with the birthday boy.
Well, we're going to make a break for it because there's thunder, and as you can probably hear, so we'd like to get back before it hammers down, hopefully.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, and everything else, in fact. Okay guys, see you hopefully next week. All the best, happy gardening.
Take care.
Take care, bye bye.
Bye.